Hi everybody, welcome back to LassAmor Diaries. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Prison Healer Trilogy by Lynette Noni. It's been a while I finished this book, but I'm still barely recovered from it because it took me out. The emotions, the betrayal, the twists. My emotions were literally in a blender. I remember finishing book 2 and sitting there like, no way she did that. I literally couldn't sleep and I had to grab book 3 in the middle of the night. If you read this book, you'll know exactly what I mean. Well, today we're diving into this trilogy, what worked for me, what didn't, and of course how it ties into a life lesson about trust, redemption, and how we judge people before knowing them. So let's get started. The trilogy starts with the prison healer, set in the deadly prison of Zalindorf. Kiva Maridan, our main character, has been imprisoned for years and secretly sending coded messages to her family while working as a healer. But when a rebel queen is captured and brought to the prison, Kiva's life changes forever. This book got that classic YA fantasy structure, but it's darker, grittier, and honestly more emotional than most. I was hooked by the first trial where Kiva have to survive the brutal test of fire, water, earth, and air. And guys, that final twist in book 1, I saw one reviewer on Goodreads said and quoted this. I actually screamed, my jaw dropped, had to drop that book and pace around the room. And babe, I felt that too. Now the characters and relationship. I think one thing everyone agrees on here is Kiva's character development is phenomenal. She's broken, cautious, and calculating. But the strength she carries in this series is something I found empowering. And let's talk about Jerry, the loyal, golden-hearted dreamboat who frustrated me and also melted my heart at the same time. Some people online felt the romance was a bit too tropey, especially early on. But for me, it worked because of how emotionally tense the setting was. Like, of course, love feels complicated when you're barely both surviving. Now, Tip, can we pause and appreciate him? Honestly, this boy is one of my favorite characters in this book. The little found family dynamic added so much warmth to this story. And Krista, oh my god. I actually hated her at first, but by the end, she becomes one of my favorite characters. And I think so many readers said the same thing because the way she was portrayed at first, you will also hate her. So let me just say this, never judge someone before knowing their scars. And that right here is a whole life lesson, which I will get to in my next video. Now, the person and storytelling. Not going to lie, book 1 had a slow start. Some readers say it felt like forever to build momentum, and I have to agree with that. It's a slow burn, but once the trial kicks in, it is pure adrenaline. By book 2, The Gilded Cage, the story becomes more political and emotional, and honestly, that's where the trilogy finally takes off. I saw some reviewers complain that book 3, The Blood Traitor, felt rushed and crowded, but for me, it felt like organized chaos. Honestly, for me, Lynette Noni wrapped up so many threads beautifully, even if it meant things felt a bit fast-paced. Now, themes are life reflection. This story, beyond the fantasy and betrayal, it deeply felt human. It's about what people do to survive and how guilt and hope coexist. And this reminded me of how quick we are to judge people without knowing the battles they are fighting. Kiva's journey from a healer to prisoner to something more mirrors how life sometimes breaks us just to rebuild us stronger. And that scene where Krista saved her, oh my god, it hits different. Sometimes the person you least expect becomes the one who saves your life. So if you're someone who's ever been hurt, doubted, or underestimated, this trilogy hits right in the chest. It's not just about rebellion or magic, it's about reclaiming yourself after being broken. So for me, this trilogy is easily a 5-star read. The emotional pulls, the layered story, and the way the characters evolved, it is rare to find that balance between heartbreak and hope. When I checked Goodreads, I saw the book community also felt the same thing. Most readers rated this 4 to 5 star, calling it one of the most binge-worthy YA fantasy of the decade. If you haven't read the Prison Healer Trilogy, do yourself a favor and grab it, but just prepare yourself to cry, rage, and fall in love all at once. Thank you for watching. If you read this book, tell me which one hits you the hardest. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for more reviews, live reflection, and lesson I learned from books. Until next time, remember, healing doesn't mean the pain never existed. It just means it no longer controls you. See you on my next video. Stay inspired, stay curious. Until next time.